What's up, Ruthless Nation? Here we are, Wednesday evening. You know what that means? It is the GT Pro Series here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And tonight we're going to be in the GR3 cars again at Sardegna at the what is known as the A configuration of this track. I'm going to be looking at about a minute 40 to a minute 45 on the lap times. Could see somebody get faster on that, or maybe not. But got some great scenery here. Sort of a technical track, but has some good high-speed sections through here. It's a pretty open layout as well, so usually if you see somebody get off the track, there is a couple walled-in areas, but for the most part, we see a guy get off track, he could have a little bit of room to have everybody else avoid him. But as always, we got Monkey up in the booth with us, as it is always appreciated.
Hey, Stu.
Yes, sir. And what do you see coming at us here at Sardegna, sort of with the strategies and how we look for guys to run this track?
Well, we do see the GT3 cars come back, so that is good. Everybody's comfortable in these. And the strategy here, it's a 30-lap race. I think everybody's getting somewhere in the range of mid 8 laps, like 8.5 laps or so on fuel, running at full speed. So they are probably going to be doing a little bit of fuel saving, not a whole lot. And what's good news about this track is they're able to run the racing soft tires, which is kind of surprising. It's a high-speed track with a lot of long straightaways and some very tight turns at the end of those straightaways. So surprised to see the soft tires survive here, but glad they do, because we'll be seeing the maximum speed they can get while fuel saving, so it should be an exciting race. Also, a lot of areas where you can pass, and this track lends itself to some mistakes that aren't huge, but like running into the guardrail, you probably lose a couple positions if you do something like that. So I think we're in for an exciting race. It should be a good one to watch.
Could have said it better myself. All right, so we got everything tuned up and turned on with T-Dub's Cork Snowman. We'll start this race from Sardegna right now. But yeah, T-Dub's Cork Snowman, Monkey in fourth. Rounded up the top five there is Redneck Jesus, Rick Slick, Stu, Rico, Rebel Hawk, and TKO Chaos. All in here for this GR3, GT3 action from Sardegna. 30 laps at about a minute 40 to, like I said, about a minute 44, minute 45. And everybody looking good up through turn number one. Oops, Cork gets a little bit loose back there. Saw Snowman maybe touch the dirt a little bit as we go through this winding first section.
That looked good, though. It was a tough turn. Everybody's tires are cold. They all handled it well. These tires be cold for about half a lap at least.
That's right. And we'll flip through the field here. We see mostly everybody running the softs. I believe everybody. Nope, we got the 7th place car there running the mediums. But softs for everybody else. But the 24.
I wonder what that was about. Mistake in the pits.
I don't think so.
Maybe he's got a different strategy cooking.
Maybe with the way the tires aren't wearing here, maybe see some kind of strategy for that.
That's true. That's one thing with the new physics package that came out of the soft tires. Might only be good, they might make it 10 laps, but after 6 you might really be dropping off on speed, where mediums will hold their speed for 15 laps or so.
Ooh, contact there between 3 of them. Oh, we got Redneck off the track. They're 3 wide back here for 9th position. Chaos sort of wins that. Not really. Rico's right there. As I think we see another split paint scheme there out of Rico. We'll take a look at that when we go through our paint scheme review. But we see T-Dubs back out there in that 11 Coca-Cola machine. Cork's still hanging on to second there in one of his Top Gear inspired schemes. A little different scheme here out of our man Snowman. Not really the traditional McLaren colors. Still has that orange there though. Monkey back out here in the Deadpool scheme, one of my favorite schemes that I've seen. Rico's kind of in a different class. He has a couple paint schemes that just couldn't be recreated. But as far as just making something off of, just pop culture or whatever, this is one of my favorites there by the driver of the 6.
Thank you.
Got Rick Slick back out in the jockey. And Stu has moved up to 6th position while those guys back here for 7th, 8th, and 9th are still fighting it out. We'll keep the camera right here because things are tight between these guys.
6 got a little bit of a gap on him. So he's not so far out. Well, he is pretty far out. Yeah, 7, 8, 9 is tight. 3, 9, 11's out here tonight.
Good to see Jimmy joining the chat for us there. Rico in the chat as well. As we watch this battle with Rico, TKO Chaos, and Redneck Jesus. 7th, 8th, and 9th right there. Look back at Rebel Hawk. He's trying to get that AMG sorted out as he comes up out of our next to last turn. You can see a hard sweeping right-hand turn here. Comes back onto the front stretch as Redneck sort of loses 7th and 8th here through that last series of turns. So now the battle's there between 7th and 8th right now as Rico's trying to find a way to separate himself from TKO Chaos. Up to 6th, kind of in the bubble here is the 24, as he is not quite back there with that fight for 7th, but not quite in reach of 5th. The 5th of Rick Slick, not too far off the 4th place car of Monkey. Monkey right there in that battle for the top 3. And Snowman and also working his way up towards Court. And I have to say, through 2 whole laps here, kind of working on 2.5 right now. T-Dubs is not out there to all that great lead so far.
No, the top 5 are all pretty close. Nobody is running away with anything in the top 5, and let's see where Stu is in that. He's right there. Stu's car is looking pretty good. See, he's right there. So Stu in the middle, and he's got a pretty good gap on the people behind him, and just a little gap for 5th place. Oh yeah, I just saw another shot. He's right there. Top 6 are right within the same range.
All right, top 5 coming through this last straight as we get to this hard sweeping right-hand turn.
Top 6. Here comes Stu.
Here comes Court, I guess, or Snowman rather, trying to take over 2nd from Court. Gets hung out there on the outside. That'll bring them door to door through there. Snowman might have got out there into the sand a little bit. Going to have a little bit of right side dirty tire. That could be the advantage here coming out of that turn for Court. And not quite clear now, but still going to be defensive to that inside line as they go through here to this switchback turn. Monkey right there.
To see how that goes.
Yeah, Monkey hoping for that door-to-door racing there as Court gets back 2nd place. And I would have to say that is the toughest section of the racetrack, that switchback and this left-hand turn there that we're seeing these guys go through.
I find the toughest track to be what I call the orange and blue turn. Who are you watching right now, T-Dubs?
Yes, sir.
Let's see where he's at. The next fast turn. And it's got those orange and blue pylons around. That's the one I consider to be the toughest. T-Dub's going into it right now.
Yep, that is a tough one there.
Yeah, but that part you're talking about is tough too. Turn 1. Easy to spin it out right there.
So Rico must have had an issue back here for some sort of reason, as he has dropped back to 9th position. Redneck's going to have a penalty. Oh, as he gets into the wall there on that last turn, we'll probably see a couple guys do that, getting a little too close to that wall there. That should bring the battle between Redneck and Rico back together a tad bit. Rico will have that slipstream back here. Down pit road already, the 24 team.
They must be have some kind of strategy cooking here. Good on fuel, and tires look pretty good.
Oh, Snowman gets off into the dirt there, but he has separated himself from Cork mighty bit here. Maybe Cork had an incident back a few laps ago we didn't see, because Rick Slick and Monkey has both passed him. He's sitting in 5th position.
Cork did run a really good qualifier. T-Dubs was the best of the field. Cork was right there with them, and then there's I think about a half second to a 1 second gap before the next qualifier. Cork has a fast car out here today.
You can see T-Dub's starting to kind of separate himself here just a tad, but not out of sight, as Monkey's right there in the rear view of Snowman as well. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button for us. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Also check out our sponsors, West Higgins ORV on YouTube, and you can go catch Skew Car on X as well.
Yes, Skew Car, one of the great sponsors. Great source of information for all racing information.
All right, let's go back to this 24, now in 10th off the first pit stop there on lap 4, coming to lap 5. Did not take tires, but did fill up on fuel there, the 24 team.
Let's see. So if I'm guessing from here, the 24 team does not need to save fuel, so they went in for a quick fuel stop. Now they're just going. They don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the race.
You save about 5 or 6 seconds there on tires, so, and accounting for the animation that goes for the tires as well, you may save about 6.5, 7 seconds on pit road. And I'd say some of these guys are definitely going to try to do this in 2 stops, but we'll see where that 24 will cycle back into contention here whenever everybody goes to make their laps or their pit stops on lap 10 or coming to 11.
It's be about 2.5 stops for the 24, because that was a really fast stop. Everyone else is going to be packing their cars full of fuel. Wait, how many stops is it?
I think we're looking at 2 for if people want to do the 10. It'd be lap 10 and 20.
So the 24 will be doing 3.5. Right?
I think they can get it done in 3. They'll have 2 longer stops here towards the end.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They could still be out here saving fuel to go longer. Car sounds good, though. Doesn't sound like it's saving fuel. But that means nothing. So Snowman's currently the holder of the fastest lap. A pretty good lap for fuel saving. Oh, he's still got Monkey in tow. Rick Slick's right there.
Looser through this first section. You see Monkey kind of closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah, as Snowman drives, he's a good one for spinning the tires on acceleration, all intentional. He drives the car pretty aggressively. Aggressive against the car, not against other drivers, but he's... Ooh, Snowman hits a guardrail.
Get the guardrail there a bit, not enough to really get Monkey into attacking position, but could have an inside angle here on this turn. Heavy braking turn and a sharp left there. Easily could run off the track there and grab a hold of that guardrail. Both drivers do a real good job. Rick Slick still hanging on to 4th position. We look back at Cork. He's not really in the slipstream area there of Rick Slick. TKO Chaos has separated himself from the battle for 6th position, or 7th that it was earlier. But Rico and Redneck still trying to battle it out there. Rebel Hawk is up in 9th as the 24 team had already made 1 pit stop, and they are looking to move up to 9th already. So catching a car off of a pit stop already, that's a big deal, because you would think that this 24 would be stuck all the way back there until everybody made their pits.
That could be. You know, the nice move about 24 pitting then too is he does get to go out and run laps. So he's got a car now, but he's been running laps with nobody around him, and typically for me that's the best way to run laps. You don't have anybody slowing you down. You can run as fast as you want. I usually run a little faster with nobody around me.
That's right. We're sitting here on lap 8 now. We'll move up to T-Dub, see how consistent everybody is. He's been mostly in the 42s. We've seen him hit the 43s a couple times there on lap 5 and 6. Move back to Snowman. He does own the fastest lap of the race. He ran that on lap 3. But since then, he has been in the 143s ever since. So we look back to Monkey. He's hit a couple 142s in his own right, and kind of just variable between the 42 and 43s. Maybe kind of trying to work his way around Snowman here, see how things are going to shape up for him to be able to attack for that second position. Rick Slick sitting all in the 43s, did run a 42 there on his first hot lap of the race. Looking back at Cork, I guess he had an incident on lap 5, which has caused him to run a 153, but other than that, you can see Cork has stayed mostly with the field on the lap times. Chaos has really just been battling quite a bit this whole race, so you can see he is running a little bit slower lap times, but as he has separated himself from all that battling, he is getting more consistent with the track and the lap times. And, you know, he's probably just now really finding a line that he is comfortable with, because he's had to, you know, race these guys so hard throughout this race.
Yep, could be. I'm looking at the fuel situation here right now as we're starting to come up on the laps, and Cork is sitting really good. Rico's also looking pretty good, and Redneck looks the best of all, of course, too. But the people that need to pit, T-Dubs is the best of the leaders and the leader. Snowman and Monkey are hurting. Rick's hurting. They're going to definitely be stopping at the 10 mark.
All right, so we left off with Rico. You can see Rico, he's been a part of this battle in himself, so you can see that he's about where Chaos was on the lap times whenever he can actually get a line to work with. He's about at the 145, so that will probably improve for both of those drivers as they get a little more time by themselves to run their own line. As you can see, Rico sort of separating himself from Redneck here. Redneck has hit a 144 on the race, but you can see he's more into the high 140, so possibly not real comfortable here with what we're seeing out of the lap times. But, you know, still a third of this, or 2/3 of this race to go, so a lot of time to get accustomed to the track. A pit stop already for the 24 team on lap number 4 as they get a little bit of the guardrail there that time, but very consistently there in the 144s, has hit a 143 there at the beginning of the race on lap 3. Rebel Hawk continues to come out here every week, put down some laps, and as you had mentioned, you know, several times, you know, new driver to the series, and you know, it's just not an easy game to just jump on and be, you know, fast at. So you know, it's good to see him hit some consistency here, though, with 149s, a couple 148s in there. He hit a 147 in the 6th lap of the run. So it will come together for him as we get going. But guys down pit road this time, Rick Slick and Chaos will do so. It's going to be a tire change and fuel for them as guys continue out around on the track. Must be to do the 2-stop strategy. We'll be coming to lap 11 and going down pit road. And Monkey, I'll let you speak. I just get going.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm watching these guys pit, and I'm thinking, oh, they pitted too early, but we really haven't seen any incidents come up in this race. Cork had one we missed, and I think these guys are getting lucky so far because there's a lot of places to spin out and a lot of places to wreck on this track, so they might be okay. Pitting at 9 probably burned a little more fuel than they wanted here, but they might get a chance to make it back up if we get a caution or anything that slows them down. Right now they're looking at a 3rd stop at this pace. I don't know if you can save enough for 11, but everybody looks good. I would also like to comment on Rebel Hawk. I'm really happy to see him out here every week. He's getting faster, he's practicing, he's getting better, and glad to see him. You know, he's doing the best he can. But he's racing against some fast guys too. So he's he's in 9th place now, but he's in 9th with some pretty fast guys that practice and have been doing this for 2 seasons now. So he's doing a great job. Happy to see him here.
That's exactly right. And back to your point earlier about T-Dubs being the best of the lead lap, he will go on a round, so he'll be looking to maybe finish 11. With the way that fuel tank looks, he could possibly get 12 out of this Pugo.
Monkey rolled it in with 0, probably Snowman too. I missed it. Cork coming in with 11 in his Magic Lexus. That's 11 liters of fuel sitting in the tank.
That's right. Rico's down with 6 liters in the tank, as Redneck Jesus will stay out on track. So looking at his fuel tank, he could easily get 2 more laps out of here. He's got well more fuel than T-Dubs did at that point of the track. So get on Redneck here.
What would you have to do? 11, 11, and 8.
Looking at the 24 squad, pitting earlier, they have moved up to 3rd, so kind of in that position if where a caution were to come out. That would be good pickings there for the 24.
The Redneck's sitting on a lot of fuel. I wonder if he's going to go for 14.
Oh, he drifts it through that turn. Maybe he locked up the brakes a little bit to avoid that guardrail. But sitting in 2nd place, he's got the 24 coming up on him, so Stu has been able to chase him down through all this.
Oh, yeah.
Snowman back there on the fresh tires, he'll be coming up on these guys pretty quick as well. Monkey right there in view, along with Rick Slick, who I think does really well on saving the fuel. Even though him and Monkey drive the same machine out here, the 911, it seems like very consistently every week, Rick has a lot more fuel left in the tank, and I'm telling you, he really makes up a lot of positioning through the pit stops by doing that.
He does. He was past Monkey a couple times at
Ooh, contact.
Oh.
It's between the 2nd and 3rd place cars. Stu's able to get around and take over 2nd. Redneck will go down pit road with that extra fuel, so he'll try to make this a quick stop for him. Stu's still out there ahead of Snowman as we wait for T-Dubs to pit. As we had mentioned, maybe he would go 12 laps, and he is going to.
Yeah, interesting. I was only looking at Redneck's fuel. I wasn't paying attention to his tires, so he came in for tires. Be interesting to see what he comes back out on. If he was on mediums like Stu, he probably could have gotten close to 14
T-Dubs
laps.
is around.
Oh, no.
From the lead. But he is well ahead of 2nd place, so he's not going to have anything to worry about. He kind of just threw the 360 on her, and he was able to save it for the most part.
I think that might hurt him when he comes around to pitting, which he's going to be doing right now. Oh, his tire's gone. That's why.
Yeah, whenever he came out of that left-handed turn, that right rear just didn't have anything to give him. But he is down pit road with only 2 liters in the tank, no right rear tire. Stu still sitting in 2nd as Snowman starting to get closer and closer.
Well, T-Dubs just came to a stop. Stu is getting close to that final corner for the front stretch.
See the battle here between the GTR and the McLaren out of the last turn. I think a little Gracious there is 2nd place. Still holding on to 2nd. T-Dub's still down pit road here. Oh, off into the dirt. There goes 2nd place car. Can Stu lead a lap? And he will. He done it.
He got around T-Dubs. Let's see how this plays out. Is that...
Very
T-Dubs will
quickly.
probably run another 12, I think. I'm not sure what his plan is.
Very possible.
just-
And
10 would be his number, right?
well, he ran 12 that time, so if he runs 12 again, he could be the lightest car with the freshest tire here at the end of this race. Only with about 6 laps to go. See Snowman get off into the dirt there. Monkey's starting to close the gap here between first and second after they kind of battled it out. And Stu's still on that very first set of tires. And, you know, not doing too bad there with everybody on the fresh softies around him.
So T-Dubs is out on some fresh tires. Now he's got to work his way through traffic. Something he doesn't have to do very often.
That's right, but he did come out in a pretty good spot there, not too far off of our 99 car of Rick Slick there in fourth. See, Rick's kind of lost Monkey, maybe just a tad, but not too much there. He did gain a lot of ground, actually, on pit road. The 24 here with that worn medium tire sitting nicely between these two sets of fresh, soft tires. But now the 6 car's coming up with the fuel tank. I think the 24 may be going in this time.
I see Redneck came out on hard tires, so maybe he's thinking he's got even more than 14 laps in that car.
24 will go down this time. We'll see what kind of strategy they employ. Only 1 liter in the tank there. On a completely different strategy than the rest of our field. We saw some guys pit after 9. The rest pit after 10. T-Dubs pitted after 12. I think Redneck actually pitted after 11. So that's the difference in the field.
It's quite a bit different. Everybody's got maybe 3 cars that pitted at 10, maybe 4. I guess 4 cars. 2 cars at 9. It's a lot of different strategies going on here.
And of course, everything and all the strategies could mean nothing if we had an incident occur.
We rarely have incidents in this league, but this track is perfect for it because you can just wreck by yourself. So who are we watching right now? Rick. So that's a corner right there. Rick could spin out all by himself. T-Dubs could hit him. There's a lot of places like this on this track. Caution is definitely possible.
So things start to tighten up for first place. Monkey done a real good job kind of working up behind the 24 and then just, seamlessly taking over second place and getting closer and closer to Snowman here. Rick holding off his own position in his own right, though, as kind of see things between him and Monkey stay the same, and he's kind of held off T-Dubs here as well.
Yeah, Rick and Monkey are in the same car. And I saw Rico. I was watching him earlier racing with Chaos. That was a McLaren versus the 911. And Rico looked a little faster down that front stretch than the McLaren. I was kind of surprised to see how much power Rico was laying down there. So I think that 911 is got a pretty good configuration for this track. McLaren is a really fast car.
All right, so the 24 team makes their second stop of the day and comes back out around the 9th place car of Redneck, 10th place car of Rebel Hawk, and the 24 team went to the softs for this run.
I would say that's a good move. I think, for sure. They could do 8 laps on softs and another 8 laps on softs. This would be a good way to run around the track. If Stu's out here running this, he burning as much fuel and tire as he wants.
See how that ends up shaping up for him in the end. But now that we're in the middle of this run, we'll keep an eye out, make sure nobody pits on us. That way we can keep an eye on them. But we'll go through the paint scheme review here. As you can see, sort of...
Yeah, let me get on this.
We're on Snowman. We got a McLaren scheme here. I think this might be F1 inspired. I can't be completely sure, but maybe just a GT3 car. Maybe the actual McLaren scheme.
I'm sure he has CNBC on the back there.
I imagine this is a real paint scheme.
Probably Catch Me If You Can right on his bumper.
The iconic bird.
Yes. He did on his helmet at the go-karts.
Yeah, he did. You see Monkey, though, he's getting larger in this mirror, I do believe, for the 5 car of Snowman as we jump back there to the 6 and look at this awesome Deadpool scheme as soon as the trees and fences stop.
Yeah, this scheme needs some sunlight to see it.
There we go. Accidentally pressed the wrong button there. But yeah, like I said, one of my favorite schemes out of the ones anybody's done this year is this Deadpool scheme. It's got that texture on the paint as well, sort of like the suit does. You can zoom in there a little bit and see that. Looks pretty good there out of the 6. T-Dubs, you know, we see this scheme every time he's in the GR3s. That 11 Coca-Cola scheme. I won't knock it. It does look good.
Yeah, the guy still wearing that beret on top of his car.
Yeah, he is. And we see, I think, Rebel Hawk here starting to get passed as our top 3 is now got T-Dubs in it. So he's going to use some of that slipstream off the 88 there. And he runs the fastest lap of the race right there, 1:40.360 for T-Dubs. So now he owns the pole and the fast lap. So
when did he pit? 12 after 12?
Yeah, he went 12 laps.
Yeah, he's burned up about half a tank of fuel here.
All right, so we'll remember we stopped on T-Dubs for the paint scheme review because this battle for the top 3 is starting to heat up. Don't want to miss this.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to defend against the T-Dubs charge here.
Ooh, a little bit of the guardrail there maybe out of Monkey. It's going to allow T-Dubs to close this gap quite a bit. It's going to be right there in the slipstream of that Porsche.
Yeah, that guardrail, you just hit it. It costs you about a half a second. It doesn't seem like much, but it really does slow you down.
You can see easily through the inside turn, inside to the left-hand turn there, went T-Dubs, and he's not messing around with catching Snowman either. I mean, Monkey was up there for the better part of 5 laps, and through the dirt and the dust goes T-Dubs, but everybody hangs on to it. But yeah, for the better part of 5 laps, we saw the 6 up there battling in second. Didn't really cut the gap all that much compared to what we see out of T-Dubs. Oh, back there, I think that was Rebel Hawk, got off to the left side of the track. Rick Slick's going to have to avoid him and go around. No incident there, though.
Look at Snowman's tires. His right sides are about half, a little below half, and T-Dubs are no prize either, but they're better.
That's right, pitting, staying out that little extra there. And, he had mentioned that this car is just easy on the fuel, maybe not so much on the tires.
Yeah, his tires aren't as bad as Snowman's or Monkey's.
Ooh.
But they're a little worn.
I don't think T-Dubs took full fuel on his last stop. I could be mistaken by saying that, but...
You could be right. Oh, Snowman gets the guardrail.
He sure did.
Same exact thing.
Same place where Monkey did it last time, so we're probably going to see T-Dubs. Oh, a little door banging there. T-Dubs is actually going to take the lead right there. Okay, confirmation from T-Dubs. He did take full fuel.
So he's telling us his fuel saving strategy now. No fuel saving for 2 9-lap runs. That would add up to 30.
That's really going to hurt there. Now those tires will be dirty for this left-hand turn. You can see him slotted all the way out there to the very edge of the racetrack.
And look who's back.
Don't call him Slim Shady.
Who's that?
Eminem?
Monkey?
Yeah.
Oh, Monkey's back.
Guess who's back?
Oh, yeah. Another Michigan native.
That's right. All right, so the battle for the top 3 spots continues. It looks like that. Hopefully they'll stay together for a little bit in their own order as we get Rick on the screen here. He is sitting in 4th. You can see the gap between 3rd and 4th looks like that. But Rick, you know, is very low on fuel right here. So I think he's going to have to go in this next time around if he can get there. As he runs in that Jockey American themed scheme, is what I meant to say.
Look at Stu at 7th place. Sitting there with all that fuel, all that tire.
Rico trying to run away here from him. Look back ahead, 3rd, 2nd, still fighting in the same area as they were. Cork up here in 5th is kind of to his lonesome, maybe catching Rick just a tad. There, once again, we see him in his Lexus and Top Gear inspired scheme there.
I actually forgot about Cork being out here. I haven't looked at him in a while. Has he just been riding around in 5th?
So, that's right. So, Rico, I gotta say, man, you've outdone yourself again. He has a Ruthless co-owners split scheme here, as he has the Pro Series champion of Hollywood on the passenger side and the Pro-Am champion of Stu on the driver's side there. And that was the paint schemes they ran. But yeah, I mean, hell of a paint scheme here on my man Rico. That is, you know, nothing short of badass.
Yeah, should get together with Rico one of these days and trade some paint booth tips.
I know, because the man, he cooks up in there.
He does.
That is beautiful. As we see 7th place, a Stu hard on the bumper coming through one of our last turns, as he is running the Steve Parks inspired 24 car. And they are tight. Stu's right there in that slipstream. Let's see how he, to the left side he'll go. And, yep, he'll take over 5th position. Beats Rico down into this left-hand turn.
Stu is really pounding on Rico's rear end there. Pause. That was intentional. Look at Stu. I'm impressed.
So Rick Slick had pit. We didn't catch that, but he did pit. Got fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. Now he will be in. He'll be in the saving a lap mode. I think he will be.
I think we missed something important. We did.
Oh, we sure did. We'll go back a little bit here. West Higgins ORV. There it is.
Big switch.
Oh,
here.
A huge wreck. Actually, we're going to go back to 35 minutes flat here. We'll see what's going on. Oh, T-Dubs really gets into the wall there. And Snowman will hit him, and so will Monkey. Oh, my goodness. That was actually a huge crash. And, yeah, that definitely warranted a caution right there. That was caution-worthy. And
yeah,
the way the cautions work, it doesn't freeze the field here. Is that replay was brought to you by West Higgins ORV. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please hit the like button. It's the Ruthless GT Pro Series under caution, racing to pit road. Thanks West Higgins ORV for that replay.
I noticed that 2nd place had changed. I was like, "Whoa, something must have happened." And then they all pulled into the pits, and
that's right. Now everybody that's on back here throughout the field, they're still racing. Everybody on pit road will be under caution pacing whenever they come out of pit road. But to pit road, the rest of these guys are pedal to the metal. You can see 5th place is the only one still on track. 5th on back, rather.
this happened with 10 to go. So while they were on a caution lap coming out of here, everybody We're going a little slower, saving a little fuel. So this should be the last pit for everybody.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to try to make it from here. You can see 24 down, 4's also going to go down. Chaos is going to go down pit road this time. Rick actually had just came off a pit. You can see he's kind of already slow, so he might be just trying to save a little bit of fuel here as he does pass pit road. So that'll allow him to pass everybody that is on pit road by choosing not to pit.
Okay. Did he race it back to the line there?
No, he didn't really. I think he just kind of backed it down to save some fuel is I believe what he done there. And he was kind of already in the situation where he needed to save a lap, so that'll be interesting. 24 off pit road this time. Rico in the 4's just sliding out of his box. Chaos still back there getting his fuel.
Yeah. Rick should be up in 6th gear right now, saving all the fuel.
That's what we see the 24 doing that. Is I think he's just going to go around momentarily. He'll give that spot back to Rick. Just trying to catch up to the rest of the field as the top 4 are together under caution pacing.
Field did we have a lucky dog that lap? I think we did. It was Redneck.
Should have been Redneck that went around. Oh, I think we had some terminal damage on Rebel Hawk. He is no longer in the race. But yes, we see Redneck. He is the lucky dog. He is going to go around. He'll be coming back on the tail end of the field here.
Burning that precious fuel, but we know his car is just a fuel sipper.
Yeah. Just takes in fuel like a lovely cup of tea.
Yes.
24 and 99 have caught back up to the field here. We'll see if those two switch spots. Yes, they will. Rico here in 7th has caught back up, waiting for Chaos and Redneck to get up here to the rest of the field. See Redneck's quite a bit back there, but he should be able to catch them before they get back in order and go green. You see these guys starting to warm up their tires a little bit. Everybody out here on the softs except that 24 went back to those medium tires. Possibly like the way they was running there for him in the first run.
Well, we thought there could be a caution here, and sure enough, there was.
Yes, sir. And I think they're going to be going green right into the last turn of the racetrack, which is that sort of sweeping right-hand turn. We get to the skew car restart zone. We'll be back underway here with 10 laps remaining from Sardegna. And we are back green.
Yes, we are.
Things get crazy here. Monkey, take us through as we watch the front of our field.
Everybody is coming into turn 1, and these tires are extra cold. I'm going to watch them go through here, see what happens. I want to talk over it. So they made it clean. That pace flap really cooled these tires off. And normally they're about 150 degrees or so. And they were down about 105 starting that lap up. I was really surprised to see everybody make it through turn 1 clean. Still looking pretty good. T-Dubs, Snowman, Cork is back in the picture, number 3. That's good, lucky for Cork, because he was quite a ways back. He's back up to 3, gets a chance to show what he can do in that Lexus. We know it's fast. We know it saves a lot of fuel. So interesting. Monkey's typical 4th. Monkey Mock 4th is his name. Oh, and Cork getting loose around that turn. Everybody's packed in. Nobody has dropped out. I'd say the entire field has a chance to win this race right now.
Oh, no. Rick Slick got into the wall there pretty heavy. Might have slowed up 6th place there just a tad, trying to not hit him if he went around.
That's a cool view. Everybody's lined up, just getting the draft from the car in front of them. You get two advantages here. You get to go a little faster and you save some fuel. Everybody but T-Dubs is saving fuel and going faster.
Alright, so we're pretty tight packed up here. Because Rico wants to know if you had any personal conversations with T-Dub this week.
Oh yeah, actually I did. So I was talking to T-Dubs. He was telling me his strategy, getting around the track fast, and I just asked him. I was like, I've always wondered, T-Dubs, and other people have asked me, what does TWC stand for? And he told me, which I was surprised. I thought it would be a secret or something like that, but apparently TWC stands for the Turkish Wrestling Club. And the 621 is the weight class he wrestles in. So it's TWC, Turkish Wrestling Club, in the 621-pound weight class. And since there is no one else in that club, he says there's a second meaning for it. He's also the world champ in the Turkish Wrestling Club in the 621-pound class. So for those of you that wanted to know, that's what it is, Turkish Wrestling.
Oh, Snowman gets real loose through there. Able to somehow keep it on the track. But, yeah, always thankful for your insights there, Monkey, and having these conversations with these drivers throughout the week.
Yeah, I did not ask him what goes on in the Turkish Wrestling Club. I figured it was best to just not know.
Hopefully it ain't like those Turkish bathhouses that I see.
That's what I was kind of assuming it was like that, so I don't know how much wrestling really goes on.
Some dude just beats the shit out of you and scrubs you. It's tough.
Yes. So Cork, working off Snowman's mishap, I'm guessing, is up in second.
Yeah, Cork moving up to second. It was a big move. We've seen Snowman almost lose it through that one section. I don't know how he was able to keep it on the track. He was going left and right very quickly.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Monkey
really
maybe...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I was going to say, Monkey maybe didn't want to see that caution come out because I felt like maybe that 6 car was running a little bit better under the green flag conditions.
Could be, yeah. He's in 4th place now when he wasn't before.
That's right. Now we start to see the top 3 sort of separate a little bit. Now can Cork catch that Coca-Cola machine up there ahead of him? Not going to do that. Oh, he's around into the wall heavy. Nobody's going to hit him. So that's interesting.
Yeah, he was hoping for that. A classic Cork.
Good broadcaster's curse always gets you. Oh, Rick Slick back there. He was getting sideways out of our last turn. Stu and Chaos in a battle for 6th position.
They're in a battle for 5th. They're right there.
Looking at the fuel situation there for Rick Slick, he might need to be a little bit easy on the pedals, so that might bring these guys back together a little bit as well.
Well, that's not a character for Rick. He's notoriously good on keeping fuel in the car.
See, Chaos takes over 6th position.
We're 4, 5, 6, 7 clumped together. Rico's right there. Redneck's right there. T-Dub's getting a little checking out a little bit. Top 6, everybody looks about the same on fuel. Rick Slick a little lower than everyone. I guess as expected, everybody pitted at the same time.
We sort of seen this battle between Monkey and Snowman really develop throughout the whole race. And they've been rather even with one another whenever they've been racing on the track like this. Cork off his spin, though. Oh, Snowman into the wall right there. And nobody's going to hit him, so I think that's going to be okay. We'll have those dirty tires, though, as he gets a little bit loose there, coming through that left-handed turn. Now 2, 3, and 4 are all together. So this is really shaping up to be a battle for a podium.
Yeah, 5 to go. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of fuel saving going on anymore. I think some of these guys were content just riding in the slipstream and saving fuel, but in fact, here we go.
You know, really turn 1 being that clean between those 3 guys, that just speaks on the skill of these guys as well.
Yeah, there's some tight racing. It looks like they are ready to go.
Monkey got inside advantage here, possibly going to take over second for a moment. 3 wide there through the kink. Not really ideal, but they kind of all go back to where they were before they went into that turn. Monkey made a real hard braking move, tried to make something happen there, and then didn't really expect the daring of Cork there. Oh, Monkey's around. Got off the rear end of Cork there.
Oh, no.
And that's not going to be good for his run, as he'll drop back to 7th. I think he'll get it going before 8th place is able to get there, though. Now Monkey's back in a position where he does not want to be. These guys ahead of him have been battling it out since the restart.
It is always that way. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, just the best racing back there.
Oh no, Snowman's around. He'll get into Cork there. That might be a caution. Stopped in the track here. Snowman.
No caution. Well, less than 5 to go.
Oh, that's right. Less than 5 to go. There will be no caution.
Yeah.
5 or less to go will be no cautions. That is the league rule. And possibly have had that happen just a lap earlier, that would have been a caution.
Yep. Lapper. Nope, that the same lap that Monkey went around.
That's right. Monkey just done it right after this lap started.
26 was a bad lap for 2nd and 3rd place.
That's right. That's moved Rick up to 3rd place now.
Well, he's earned that. He's been running hard all day. Chaos,
That's right.
Gosh, look at that. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Right there.
Yeah, that's really changed the whole dynamic of this race. And Cork's really not that far away, considering, you know, how often he seems to make a mistake. He could be a part of this pack very soon if anything were to happen.
Oh, yeah, Cork went around. How the hell's he in 2nd place?
He didn't go
Cork went around all
as...
by... No, he did it earlier, all by himself. Like lap 24 or so, 25 maybe.
Maybe his spin wasn't as bad. You see, Monkey has moved up into 5th position now around the 24. Possibly the 24 here. He's just kind of been running in the back of the lines. Oh, gets off the guardrail there. Maybe not going to be a tire issue, I don't think. Possibly got the tires dirty back through there somewhere or something, because we haven't seen the 24 have many issues today. But once again, off into the dirt there. There's a few more guys follow him over in there. But 5th and 6th has lost 3rd and 4th through that section of turns there. Maybe they both had a little bit of an issue there through the last sector.
Yeah, it looked like when we saw the 24 hit the wall, it looked like there was some smoke in front of him where the 6 had hit the wall just before him. I think they both did it. Like oftentimes you'll see if one car hits the wall, the guy behind him is so close he does the same thing. Just because he's following him.
We do see that from time to time. Oh, somebody overcooked it. Oh, it was Rico. Just totally missed the turn here. We'll go back 10 seconds. West Higgins ORV replay number 2 of the day.
Yeah.
And let's see what overcook we can get here. Oh yeah, it's going into the kink here, and yeah, he just missed that left-hand turn, unfortunately. Snowman off his wreck all the way back in 9th.
That's got to be frustrating for Snowman running up there. T-Dubs in sight all day. This is the first T-Dubs has been checked out, and he is thoroughly checked out right now.
Oh, yeah, he is half a sector or better ahead of the rest of the field. Cork just seems like he cannot. Oh, we got door-to-door racing here between Chaos and Rick. Maybe beating doors off of each other, actually. And they are going to stay side by side through a very tight section of the racetrack here. Maybe Chaos let up just a tad, but that allowed Monkey to jump right back into this thing. They're still door-to-door coming down into this hard left-hand turn. Chaos will have that inside advantage, but he'll push Rick all the way out there to the dirt. Now, will Monkey be able to capitalize on this? He is sitting in fourth position. He'll have the slipstream here coming up through one of our faster sections, maybe the fastest section of the whole track.
Oh, definitely.
And that allows Cork to sort of get himself some breathing room here. Monkey, though, he'll be looking to take over third position. Won't have the preferred inside line here as Chaos will, but he gets a little bit wide there, I believe, in third position. So we got 2 laps remaining.
I'm a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 52.38.
Okay.
Battle for the podium looks like this, though. Oh, Rick maybe overcooked it. Got Chaos into the guardrail there. And that allows Monkey to take over the last remaining podium position. Can he hang on to it?
And how much fuel did he burn taking it?
That's right. Still got about a lap and a quarter or so to get through.
Yeah, everybody still needed this. Everybody that had to save fuel still needed to save fuel on that 10-lap run.
Monkey's just looking to run away. T-Dubs comes out of our last right-hand turn here. And whenever he hits the line, that'll be 1 to go. Presented by Skew Car here from Sardegna. T-Dubs still owning that fastest lap of the race. Cork still has the headlights of his competitors in the rear view. But I don't think they'll have any chance at catching him unless he just makes a mistake here through this final lap. Monkey's still running for his life. 24 has lost this bunch up ahead of him. But as tightly as these guys are racing, you never know.
Yeah, I wonder if something happened to the 24, because these guys are probably slowing each other down quite a bit.
That could be a possibility. You got Rick kind of closing the gap here on Chaos. Chaos a little wide there through the kink. And really closes it up here, does the 99.
Those 911s are no joke.
They're not. And you see Rick, he's going to bring the battle to the door, or at least try to, through this very tight left-hand turn there, as Monkey is just continuing to separate. He's wanting to see those guys kind of get door to door here.
There's Stu. Stu's coming. Got the yellow lights looking good.
Battle is door to door between the 911 and the McLaren. Maybe off the guardrail there goes a little bit. Goes Rick. Teed up through our last turn this time. And he will be the winner here at Sardegna. And if that fast lap holds, he will have another sweep on the season. Rick is out ahead in fourth position. Oh, he's out of gas. He'll be out of fuel. Chaos will go around. I think Stu's going to be able to pick him off as well. Actually, I think everybody might be able to get him.
No.
Cork comes across in second. Monkey survives for the last podium position. Chaos will finish fourth. And Stu, a top 5 there through all that. And Snowman able to work his way back up to sixth position. Rick might be able to crawl across the line in seventh place. He is running the max of 50 miles an hour, and he does get there in seventh place. Now, Redneck, he took the lucky dog, and he's out of fuel, along with Rico. So the last 3 finishers of this race will be out of fuel. And I think it's going to be a battle between these two on who can coast to the line fastest. No, I guess the timer is going to get them. That'll finish with Redneck in 8th position, Rico in 9th, Rebel Hawk not finishing in 10th. Man, what a race. We saw a lot of incidents. Only one caution, though. Maybe another caution, but it was inside the final 5 to go, so did not wave the caution flag for that one. Uh, Tough race here, though, for sure, as you see T-Dubs kind of check out there at the end. But that restart was interesting. What do you take away from this race?
I take away that last run shows just how close this was on fuel for the 10 laps. The cars that stayed out didn't quite make it on fuel. The lucky dog guy didn't make it on fuel. I don't know why Rico didn't make it, but I know the Porsche was. I mean, it's for having a 6-cylinder, it burns more fuel than everyone else. I'm not sure why, but Rico must have been running it pretty hard. He had run out of fuel, and then, like you had mentioned earlier, with the way these guys are going through turn one on the restarts and 3 wide, just showing the skill out here of all these drivers looked really good today. Just the one incident that brought out a yellow, there could have been easily 5 or 6 cautions today. So great job on everyone with the driving skill and great racing for almost the entirety of the race. Your T-Dubs didn't get away until probably until the Cork and Snowman incident. I don't remember now, but probably those two are what got T-Dubs out in front. Oh yeah, Cork spun, Snowman spun, Monkey spun. T-Dubs didn't spin. That's what got him way out there. But up until then, there was some tight racing for the top 5 cars, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 were battling it out, not too far behind. So great race here on a big, fast track. I was surprised everybody was so close together. It's a great, great, great race.
Yeah, well put. And speaking of that skill, it's going to be put to the ultimate test next week as we go to Interlagos. And we will be in the super formulas, which is similar to the F1 cars that we know. And looking ahead to that one, Monkey, going to be some real skill put on for that race. So what do you think about that one coming up?
I think that it's going to be a very interesting race. This is first time we've ever run these cars, and we have run the Group 2 cars, which are similar when it comes to the grip, and everyone's going to have to drive differently because you have to really trust that the car can grip more than you're used to in the Group 3 cars, and even more than the Group 2s. And so corners you normally would slow down for, you just keep in it, and you got to really trust your car. So it's going to be, I think we're going to see some different, or maybe different winners this week. People like Cork that are kind of fearless out there behind the wheel. You know, he's definitely won some races, but this could be his race too. He's just gonna, he's fearless and he's got the car to back it up for a change, I guess would be a good way to put that. Snowman, I know, has got a lot of time behind the wheel in the Super Formula, and I think if people get out there and get some practice laps in, they're going to be surprised how fast they are from when they start practicing. They'll probably shave 6, 7, 8 seconds off their lap times by the time it gets around to race day. So these are going to be great cars, fast and fun.
Yeah, like you said, you can easily stay in the throttle through some of those sharper turns where you may not be able to do so with these GR3s. Just the downforce and grip level of those super formulas is certainly something else. And as you mentioned, practice is going to be big with realizing where you can kind of get away with staying on the throttle in some of those turns.
Yeah, it's a totally different driving experience. It's actually hard to go back and forth between the two cars. They're so different.
Speaking of practice, we got someone asking if there will be a practice lobby tonight.
Who is that person?
I want to say that is TKO Chaos, maybe.
More than likely. It doesn't matter who the person was. I was just curious, but more than likely there will be a lobby up tonight. Yep.
There you have it. Well, as always, thank you, Monkey, for doing this. Always a great time.
Thank you, Stu. Appreciate your expertise and professionalism, showing me the ropes in the booth.
Yeah. Even though I am a bit long-winded sometimes, we appreciate your race strategy insights and the information that you learn about. I guess not all of our drivers, just T-Dubs.
We'll switch it up for next year.
All right, so that'll be it for us here tonight. Tune in tomorrow. Catch Hollywood in the booth. You'll catch me again back in the Pro Series for a ride at Texas as we try to hang on to those top 3 streaks that we got going over in the Pro Series for myself. But yeah, so catch me on track. What's that?
You racing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to be racing again tomorrow. And
excellent.
Yeah, we'll find Hollywood in the booth again. That's my last scheduled race for a little bit, unless I'm needed again. But we'll discuss that. WWT comes up after that, so not my strongest track. Turn 1 really hates me there, but yeah, I'll try to jump in and grab some GT or some Super Formula practice later. So hopefully we'll see a few of you guys in there. But yeah, just make sure you tune in tomorrow. Catch the Pro Series. Next week's the Super Formula, so make sure you come back next Wednesday, and that's going to be action-packed, I'm sure, down there at Interlagos. But without further ado, enjoy tomorrow's race if you tune in. And as always, thank you, Monkey. Rock
Thank
on,
you,
race
Stu.
on. Ruthless Racing.